Houston, we have a problem.
Alright, let's waste no time. Right here, I'm gonna start using my Babyliss FX skeleton trimmers to create my first guideline, and I want to contour the client's shape of his head. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip it towards the back. We want to keep the back pretty full, kind of dark, right around the occipital bone area. And I had cut his hair probably about 3 weeks ago, and I posted this haircut on Instagram day after, and I did a poll, and I basically asked if they wanted me to drop a haircut tutorial on this haircut. And I'll be completely honest with you guys, I was very
Houston, we have a problem.
I was against dropping this haircut tutorial for a few reasons. Number one, I didn't feel as confident as I did with other haircuts posting on YouTube. I didn't feel that comfortable with doing this type of haircut and posting it for a haircut tutorial and teaching you guys how to do this haircut until now. So let's go ahead and jump into this haircut tutorial, guys. Right now I'm just sectioning off the hair. You know, I wet it down. As you can tell, it grew back real nice from the last time I cut his hair, and he just has a pretty what's that word, protruding occipital bone area. But you know, if there's ways to fade around that to make it look like it's not too bulky. During the process, you're gonna see it's kind of dark in that area, and then I'll come back and detail my work. My bad, guys. I actually am holding my daughter right now, so if you hear cooing in the background, she's just saying what's up, guys. She's about to be 3 months, so she really can't talk, so that's what babies do, they coo. But so what I did right there was I started my second guideline after the trimmer, lever open, middle, and then close it to remove that bottom line. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump to my number one guard, lever all the way open, and we're gonna just give ourselves, I would say, a 1/2 inch per guideline, giving ourselves room to blend. We are gonna stretch this blend, even though I started with my first guideline pretty low, not too low, but it's gonna be one of those high-low fades where it's higher on the sides and then it drops down to the back, the contour of the client's head. Now I'm gonna jump to my number 2 guard, and if you follow me from day one on my channel, and if you have not, make sure you subscribe right now, hit that like button, comment below, tell me what you think so far about the quality. I believe the lighting and the quality of my videos and the microphone, guys. And I got a new MacBook Pro, so I just feel like everything right now it is brand new, and I'm starting fresh, and we're gonna help grow this channel to 100K. But anyways, if you follow me before, you know I go from a 2 guard, then I go to my 1.5 guard. The reason being is because now I'm on my 1.5 guard right now. I start with my 2 first, put it in the middle, then close it to soften up that area. Then I come back with my 1.5 guard, not the 1 guard, the 1.5 guard, lever open to kind of remove whatever the 2 left behind. After I do my 1.5 guard, guys, I'm gonna drop back down to my 1/2 guard to remove whatever the 1 left behind. So now you're starting to see the blend come together. Yes, there's some darkness in that area. Don't worry, trust the process. We're gonna do a lot of clipper over comb. We're gonna do a lot of vertical and horizontal clipper over comb, and I'll explain to you the differences of doing those techniques. And right here, I just have a number 3 guard on there, and I'm scooping that hair into the guard with my comb, because doing this technique, guys, just feeds that hair into it and it keeps it laying down. I just feel like it helps it blend as well. If you haven't done this before, you might want to check it out, especially cutting into a lot of bulk. It's also going to help you create a smoother weight line, or guideline rather, for you to blend into. Instead of like digging and actually like cutting like a disconnected undercut, you want to make sure you feed that hair into the guard. And then now I'm just softening up the bottom with my 1/2 guard, and then no guard, detailing it. All right, so right here we're gonna do clipper over comb, and I got some pretty dope angles doing this, so this technique. Right now I'm doing horizontal clipper over comb. Now going right to left or left to right, depending on which way you feel comfortable doing this. depending on how you hold that comb is gonna dictate how the hair is gonna lay or how it's gonna be shaped, right? So if you have the bottom of the comb resting on the client's head and you take that comb straight in and you cut, you're gonna remove a lot of hair. What I like to do is rest the bottom of that comb on the client's head and kind of tilt the comb my way. And that's gonna help me see what hair I can cut. And then right here, this is me doing clip over comb, vertical. And what I like to say is whenever you do a vertical clip over comb technique, you're blending. Whenever you do it horizontally, you're removing bulk. So it kind of works as a guard, the clip over comb going vertically. But I'm gonna let you enjoy this side, enjoy the beat. If y'all are interested in any of the beats that I use on my channel, make sure you hit the link in the description below. Basically what you do to one side, you do to the other. Whenever I come back and start detailing and doing more clip over comb work, I'll go ahead and jump back on, but just enjoy the vibe, enjoy this side of the haircut. It's the same exact steps, and then I'll jump back in a little bit, guys.
Houston, we have a problem.
Thank you, Pompadour, yeah.
Houston, we have a problem.
Thank you, Pompadour, yeah.
Houston, we have a problem.
Thank you, Pompadour, yeah.
Houston, we have a problem.
All right, so you can see the shape. It looks pretty bad right here. It's protruding outwards. You got some heavy bulk in the occipital bone area. Like I said, guys, he has like that dip right there around the occipital bone area that we need to blend out. Now, there's gonna be some comments below, oh, I should have kept it a little bit lower, but this is what the client likes, what he always asks for. And I've done a lower fade on him before, but he just asked me to raise it just a little bit higher, that way it lasts longer. But guys, I'm showing you a dope angle right here, just creating that shape, clipper over comb. And I have the lever about midway open. Sometimes I'll close it all the way, sometimes I'll keep it all the way open, just depending on how I feel. Whenever you have the lever closed and you do clipper over comb, you're cutting a lot of hair. Whenever you have it open, I feel like it's almost texturizing it. Not really, like, I mean, it's cutting hair, but it's softening it more than just removing the weight. So right here again, just to blend and keep that area not so dark, we're gonna do vertical clipper over comb. And again, guys, vertical going up is blending, doing clipper over comb. When you go horizontal, that means you're removing bulk. And then you'll come back with then I like to come through with my thinning shears and a nice thin tooth comb, and I'll soften up that back area a little bit. But the sides are pretty much done. We're gonna do some more detailing. right here, what I like to do is after I'm done doing the rough draft of my blend, and this is just me moving on. I'm not fully done and committed to a finished result on the sides as far as the fade. I want to keep moving forward. If I feel like there's some spots that are darker or whatever, then I'll come back to them, but I just want to continue to keep moving forward. Right here, this is a slicing technique, and you're just kind of gliding through that hair. This is texturizing it, removing a little bit of some length, but not too much, just adding some texture. Then I'll like to come through with my razor and wet the hair, make sure it's not dry, and just kind of texture and trim the bangs a little bit with the razor. It's almost as if you see those barbers using the texturizing razor. I'm just using my straight razor at this moment. And then I do it on the top, going down into the bangs. You got to be careful doing this technique, because I've had a bad situation occur off of doing that technique. I actually gapped someone in the front of his hair, took off a pretty good chunk. I missed the comb. Like usually I use the comb as my guide. I just kind of went straight into it, and I freaked out, but I didn't freak my client out until I tried fixing it. And then finally I was just like, look bro, I'm sorry, I actually created a bald spot in the front of your hair. I tried fixing it myself, but now I have to let you know because we're gonna have to cut your hair pretty short. So he was just like, man, I guess barbers have bad days. And I was just like, bro, I wanted to go home for the day. And this is out of barber college, and I was actually cutting at Headlines Barbershop, if I could be truly transparent. And I don't know, I missed the comb, and I went too deep into the front of his hairline, and it just gapped him like a whole bald spot. There was no going back from it. I tried fixing it, I tried not freaking out, and that's what you should do. Don't freak out, try to fix it, try to work around it. And then obviously if it's something that you cannot fix, then you're gonna have to let the client know what you did, and hopefully they understand. Luckily this was a close friend of mine outside of the barbershop, so it worked out. But right here I'm just doing a lineup. You can tell it's not so dark. We're not too detailed on the lineup. It has a soft lineup. Just creating some shape to the front whenever we do the styling. We don't want like a whole bunch of hairs on his front lineup. Now I'm applying some 245 shave gel, and I'm lining up his beard, going width, across, and against the grain. We had already removed his mustache and lined up the bottom, but for the sake of the video and having less time doing that, I'd rather jump into the style and actually show you the finished product and how I styled it. Now, right here I'm using a 245 Royal Wax. I'm gonna apply some heat from the blow dryer on it, and then you'll see how it stands up in the front, has a nice PC look to it, and his hair lays down. The fade looks dope. I love the way this haircut came out. I feel more confident doing this haircut. It took me a while for me to put this on YouTube, and I appreciate you guys for believing in me and telling me to drop this video, because again, I didn't feel 100% with it. I didn't feel confident, but now I feel like I'm able to teach you guys how to do this haircut, and hopefully you learn something from this. And what I would like to say, and what I would like for you to get out of this, is step out of your comfort zone. Try something different. Try something that you're not really used to. These haircuts is where the money's at. This haircut right here, it's a lot of work. It took me about an hour and a half to do this haircut, guys. It took me about an hour. Now that's with production as well, so it takes a little bit longer because I got to worry about the camera and how it's looking and all of that. But it took, like, without the camera, I would say anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, straight up. And that's me being humble and transparent with you guys. Look at that front look. Look at the shape. Look, I mean, everything's on point. I feel like this haircut, I feel like I have just excelled and leveled up a little bit. And let's do this all 2021. Step out of your comfort zone. Do something different. Challenge yourself to be better, okay? We're gonna do it together. Let's get this channel to 100K. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment. Let's hit that notification button. That way when I drop new videos, you are notified. This is the finished look. I appreciate you, Kev, man, for coming in, allowing me to record this haircut tutorial for you guys. And again, man, I feel like oh man, that haircut came out dope. I appreciate you guys, and as always, Team Gifted, stay gifted.